might be thinking, why on earth are you testing the Fabia vRS? Well, for just over a year and a half, but we've actually chosen the estate or combi version as it's known on the continent, and I think it deserves a lot more credibility than it's given. The reason is, estate version, even though it costs £800 more than the hatchback, is actually slightly faster than the hatch because it is 5 kilograms lighter. 5 kilograms on the hatchback is over the rear axle to improve handling. The estate version is also slightly more aerodynamic, and obviously you've got the load carrying capacity over the hatchback version. In all the Skodas that I've driven, I've never been able to fault any of the build quality. And at the UK launch, just over a year and a half ago now, I was told by one senior Skoda executive that there were less warranty claims on Skoda cars than other cars in the Volkswagen Audi group. And bearing in mind that Skoda is a budget brand, that really puts shame on Audi, Volkswagen, Seat. Whether it's the case now, I'm not sure, but certainly then it was. The steering, which is electro-hydraulic, is very satisfying. A nice thick rim as well, so I can read the road surface here. There's no ambiguity at all that you get so often in a lot of the electrically assisted steering motors. So cruising along sedately in drive, and of course I've got paddle shift options here on the steering wheel as well as Tiptronic on the gearbox, but you can't replicate the DSG gear changes. They're so seamless and refined, but I'm feeling the need of a bit of sport mode. Listen to the engine hum. Now sport. Check it out. Of course, it will drop down a cog. A lot more raucous and a lot more responsive, and used a bit more fuel as well. Now, DSG, which is mated to the 1.4 CSI, is the only option. Quite a choppy road surface here, which is this firm suspension is toning up our bottoms. So no manual option, because there's simply not enough room in the engine bay. The DSG gearbox is quite a compact unit situated to the right of the engine. But for a bit more driver input, a manual could be a good option in the future. What concerns me about the DSG box is the reliability. I've heard quite a few stories now on online forums of DSGs failing at quite a young age, so I'm going to consider one of these, make sure, certainly second hand anyway, that it's backed up by a warranty that does cover the gearbox, because it is relatively recent technology. Seriously considering buying one of these, but estate, simply because of the load carrying abilities, and it's more rare than the hatchback. I've only seen one on the road in a year and a half. Sport mode. That's the turbocharger kicking in there. I hope Skoda at some point will actually put bit more effort into the interiors. Now, I'm not talking about build quality, of course, but just a few silver inserts. Well, this is a quality spec interior here. This is a vRS, don't forget, and I've got 3 badges that indicate that it is a vRS. A bit of silver around here. Yeah, a bit of silver around here. There's a breakup, a dark cabin. I'd rather have a bit more bling on the inside than on the outside. Discretion. Now then. The 45 litre tank was brimmed and we've travelled 134.5 miles. We've got a range of 260, so a potential 394.5 miles over the 45 litre tank now. The fuel reserve light comes with 7 litres to spare, so we'll calculate a potential MPG over a 38 litre capacity. Right, boys and girls, this is where we'll work out the MPG figures, and we can see we've got a fuel warning light that came on with 326 miles covered according to the trip computer. We've got another 35 miles left on the fuel that we've got. Working that out as an MPG figure, we've got 39 miles per gallon combined. That's on a trip to North Wales from Manchester. Most of it has been A roads with a blast back on the M56. That compares to 45 miles per gallon combined in the Skoda Press Pack